Hello and welcome back to yet another episode of the Late Winner FPL Show, where we discuss all things related to FPL. Today we have a special segment for the differentials for Game Week 6. Today I have 𝗕𝗲𝗓 over here. So unfortunately, Saurabh has not been able to join us today, so it's just going to be the Grover brothers over here, giving you the differential picks for this week. So before we move forward, I would like to remind everyone to please remember to like, share, and subscribe to our videos and follow us on the social media handles for which you can find the links in the descriptions below. Also, just a friendly reminder to you guys, we also have launched a, a podcast series as well. So you can find that audio podcast series. So you can find those episodes on your favorite streaming platforms under the name of the Late Winner Show. So please stay tuned for that, and you can find those episodes which will be coming out on a weekly basis, mostly on Sundays and Mondays. So let's start right away with the differential picks for game week 6, and we think who might be a great picks for the future coming weeks as well. So 𝗕𝗲𝗓, let's start right.
Yeah, so let's start with 𝗕𝗲𝗓𝗏. I think he's a great pick. I think we mentioned it yesterday as well. Ruben Diaz and 𝗕𝗲𝗓𝗏 are the only people who have not been rested in the defense as of now. So I'm guessing like he's playing as a left back and a right back as well. So I'm guessing he should be a nailed down starter in the upcoming weeks as well. We know that their upcoming two fixtures against Chelsea and Liverpool are going to be tough, and both of them are away from home. But I feel after that the fixtures definitely change. I think after game week 8, yeah, game week 8 is the game week where the fixtures change for Man City. So and the fixtures look really easy up until I think game week 18 or something like that. So a lot of clean sheets potentials are definitely from City players, and I guess like he makes those so many forward runs, and since he plays the left back, right back, and sometimes he just switches into the midfield role as well. Feels like he's a good pick for a differential starting this game week as well.
Absolutely, I think wouldn't recommend him for the Chelsea and Liverpool match because I think those are going to be the toughest fixtures for Manchester City.
Mhm.
So maybe following that, but yeah, I mean, if you want to go for a pick which is completely out of the box for these two game weeks as well, I think yeah that he could turn out to be a very differential pick for the coming weeks.
Yep.
So yeah, the one of the picks which we were very impressed with is has been Trossard from Brighton. His ownership is obviously not that high, so you can just understand how much of a value he can bring into the team, into the squad right now. And I was really impressed by his performance in game week 5. I think Brighton were pretty good in that game, and I think looking at their fixtures coming ahead, you see there's Crystal Palace, there's Arsenal, there's Norwich. I think these are all matches where you can actually have a lot of goal scoring opportunities. So looking at his stats as well. I mean, you look at his XG and XA. I think it's fairly on an average side, I would say. But looking at his penalty area touches, I mean, you look at it, it's 24. I mean, it shows that he's actually getting into the box a lot, and he's trying to create those chances. He has had 11 goal attempts, and 7 chances have been created so far. So I think he's definitely proving that he's becoming a indisposable asset uh, to the Brighton team right now. And I think in the future as well, I think they could definitely prove to be. There is a lot of great partnership which is happening between Trossard and Maupay at this stage. So you can definitely keep an eye out on him. And if you're looking for a player, maybe if you have like a player like Ferran Torres in your team and you want to look for a replacement, like we mentioned yesterday during the transfer tip segment as well, that if you're looking for a player who is not a regular starter because of the Pep Rule. So you can definitely go ahead with a player like Trossard, who is not owned by many players by many FPL players, and he's definitely going to be a very big value for money, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're spot on. And I think one thing I'll mention, I think is his heat map.
Heat
You
map.
can see that he's all over the pitch. Obviously, the main areas that we're looking obviously is on the attack side. but he's already like he's a lot on the wing side. He's some of them like some of his pitch areas are also in the D or also in the goal area. So that just says of how impactful Trossard is in the entire Brighton lineup. So we just wanted to point that out that he's playing all around the pitch, making sure that he is at the heart of everything that is being provided by by Brighton. So that's one thing that we just wanted to point out. And I think, as Rohil mentioned already, I think people who have shipped out Jota, obviously, I think you must have already nailed down a replacement, but he's a good 6.5 pick. With Brighton fixtures are pretty much decent. It's not that you can't play them in any of the matches. Even if the City game, if you're looking at the game week 9 or game week 10 fixture, we all know that Brighton made a tremendous comeback last season as well against City. So that can happen still again, right? So
Absolutely. I think looking at the next player, like I mentioned, Trossard and Mopes partnership is definitely to keep an eye out for. And look at his XG right now. It's 2.19, which is pretty high right now, I would say. And uh, I think it's showing that what he's actually capable of and what he's doing at the same stage. I mean, it's his heat. If you look at his heat map, he's definitely not going to be all over the place. He's definitely like in the penalty area right now, and I think he's converting those chances. That's the most important thing, because when we look at players like Jota and look at Sadio Mane, who is getting a lot more chances and still not converting those games, or those chances or the goal attempts which are being created on a regular basis. Him getting 10 goal attempts and converting three of them, I think it's a pretty good start. I wouldn't say it's a bad start to the season for him. He's definitely a player which you can look out for. Like right just before the start of the episode, we learned that Patrick Bamford is and Luke Ayling are both going to be injured. I don't know how long or how serious their injuries are right now. You probably have to look into it more and probably mention it in the comment section for you guys. But I think for Bamford, I think Mope is definitely one of those replacements I would eye for, because he'll definitely be saving around 1.4, 1.5 million right now, because I think Bamford is around 8. And before his value drops, I think it's time that you actually ship him out of the team and actually bring in a player like Mope, who's definitely having a good outing at this stage. And uh, so you can definitely free up some funds and maybe bolster your mid or your defense, whatever you're convenient with, or I think whatever you were comfortable with bolstering at this stage. I think Mope is definitely a good fit for that position.
yeah, I think the next pick was Wilfred Zaha. I think this was obviously our the person's picks who is actually not here. He picked this player. I think he was. I think we were impressed with Zaha in the last few games. The problem with Zaha is obviously he is not consistent. Like we can see, like his XG next year is always high because he gets into those great scoring areas, but he never converts those. So that's the only problem that I at least have with Zaha. But you can see like his fixtures definitely speak for itself. I think Man City probably we mark that as green, but it should be definitely a red. Yeah, but apart from the Man City game, I think everything else looks pretty decent for Zaha. He can score because none of their defenses look like really nailed down, like to not concede. Against Arsenal, we might debate, but that's a question for another game week. Maybe when we arrive at game week 7 or game week 8, then that's where we will discuss like maybe if you know Zaha will score against Arsenal or not. But given what his penalty area touches are and XG and XAR, the chances created are not that much, or neither are the goal attempts that are there. But for a winger, I think it's good. I would still want like the chances created to be a little bit more because of the striker role that Crystal Palace has in the name of Benteke and Edward. Obviously, Edward's not starting a lot of games, but um, given what he possesses and what he gives, I think it's a good buy. The only problem is that he doesn't score that many. Like, he provides you chances, but doesn't give you that many chances. And like, the one thing that bugs me is also the price. I would expect something a little bit more from a 7 million player, than just than just giving me hope and not actually delivering.
Yeah.
All right. Last player, Arsenal. So funny thing that we keep on barraging Arsenal on our making fun of our fun of Arsenal every episode, but we keep on picking Arsenal players in every episode since they've had that loss against City. Um, I mean, I've been really impressed with him. Arsenal fans can let me know, of course, in the comments below how has he been actually in the games. But I've been really impressed with him. Ownership 1.4%, price 4.5, two clean sheets in the last two games. He's not going that much forward, to be very honest. So, but he's making sure that the position that he's playing in, which is the right back, he's making sure that nobody's getting past him. One thing that I'll give again to Arsenal is that they've played against Norwich and Burnley in the last two games, so that also tells a lot about the opposition's not being able to score that many goals, because they don't really score that much, both of them. Tottenham will give us a little bit of a good idea on how Tomiyasu is actually, but anybody looking for a great 4.5, defender pick, I think is a great option to go with. Maybe bench him, maybe not bench him this game week. That's definitely your call. But after that, his fixtures definitely looks simpler, and I can expect at least two clean sheets from the next four games.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. But I think, yeah, I think for Arsenal, one of the key things is that the last three matches which they've played, they were against the sides which are obviously not that great defensively. Burnley, who's not been performing really well, who's again, then there was Norwich. Obviously, we all know how their season is going right now, and obviously the today's victory in Carabao Cup against Wimbledon. I don't know how much we should be reading into that, but definitely they've kept three clean sheets. And looking at the future fixtures, I think they have a lot of potential for clean sheets. I'm not sure if they'll be able to keep them or not, but I think, yeah, they definitely have the potential. So if you're looking for a player who's like 4.5 in the 4.5 range, I think Tomiyasu is definitely one of those players which you need to eye for.
Yeah.
So I guess this is a pretty short and sweet episode from us, because there's not a lot of back and forth going over here. So thank you to all the viewers for joining in today. And it was really fun sharing you with the differentials. Definitely let us know if you think there are any other players which you'd like to pick. Um, Obviously, you can let us know in the comment section. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to our videos, and follow us on the social media handles. And stay tuned for tomorrow's episode for the team reveal, and also the captain picks for game week 6. So thank you, guys.